Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the St. Louis Cardinals. When we last left, it was the end of May. I simmed through June offline, and you can see it's been a pretty good year. We're 50 and 31. I think 50 and 31 through 3 months deserves a like, a subscribe, and a comment. So let me know. Yeah, if you could do that, that would be fantastic. That's all I'll say about that. And then also I'll leave a link to the Discord below. So if you want to join us over there, we're there. Yeah. So at any rate, we are 50 and 31. We were 17 and 9 in June. It's been a little bit since I've played, because the way I have to record these videos right now is I record them essentially 2 at a time, and I do it. I'll sit in my office and I'll record for 2 or 3 hours. I'll record a couple videos at a time, and it's currently Monday. The last time I recorded, I think, was Wednesday, Thursday. I can't remember. It's either Wednesday or Thursday last week. I can't remember. So it's been a little while since I've played, so you just got to sort of bear with me here as I remember what is going on. But it was a good month for us. We did lose Gregory Santos for the year, which is a shame because he was pitching really, really well. We'll get him back next year. We'll see if there's anything left in that arm. Pitching perspective, Quinn Matthews has had a fantastic second campaign. I had somebody ask me. I had somebody ask me I'm trying to find it. Is it here? Yeah. Had somebody ask me about my development. It was actually Shawnee on my last video. Thank you, Shawnee. Asked me about development and whether or not he felt like I was being risky with how I put together my development, my player development in the off season. That apparently pitchers or players who have maxed out skills don't have the ability to grow unless they get an outstanding development. And I don't know if that's accurate. If that is accurate, then that's what I found, and I'm going to bounce around here a little bit, but what I found is that the difference when you're into player development, the difference between a high ability or a hard ability and a medium difficulty ability is not nearly as great as it has been in the past, or as great as it was last year. So I've been taking some chances. I haven't been burned yet. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe I do get burned, but Shawnee, as always, thank you. I know you love to challenge me and challenge my decisions, and I have no problem with that. In fact, I appreciate it. So keep them coming. Anyway, pitching. So Quinn Matthews, that's why I went on that tangent, because I had put in a development for Quinn Matthews control because it was a 45, and he's improved it to a 50. So that's kind of where that question came up. Tony Gonzalez, not quite as good as he was last year. Some of his ratings are starting to dip, which is a little concerning, but we'll deal with it. Garrett Crochet back from injuries, pitched really well. McGreevy and Zherpe have both pitched well as starters for us. We moved Zherpe into the rotation this year, and he's been good. McGreevy as well. He's at 7-5, and ERA right at 3. So our pitching has been good, just like it was last year. I did make a trade right as the episode ended that you guys didn't see, but I brought in Calvin Foucher from Kansas City in exchange for... Why is he not listed? I guess we got to go here. I traded a minor league first baseman. They wanted Michael Hellman. In exchange, we get 31-year-old Calvin Foucher, eligible for arbitration, but an extreme ground ball guy. He's put up a year and a half of pretty good relief work for Kansas City. So we'll send him across Missouri to us, and we will add to our bullpen. Offensively, some gains. definitely some gains. Kyle Tucker is having a fantastic season. He's on pace for 40 home runs, 20 steals, almost 8 WAR. So he has bounced back nicely. Mason Wynn continues to hit, continues to grow. Leonardo Bernal, our catcher. Our catching situation is just as solid as it was when we started. And now we have Garrett Crochet in addition. Jordan Walker, he's settling in. Looks like he's going to be that power did finally tick up to a 60. So looks like he's going to be a consistent 25 to 30 home run guy. If you can keep the batting average, around 260, 270, he's going to be a real threat in the lineup. Cassius has had a nice year for us. He's given us a 132 OPS, 16 home runs. He's already well on pace to break his numbers from last season. So I'm pleased with Cassius. Paredes has been good with the bat as well, not good with the glove. I guess he's been average with the glove. That's right, we moved him over to first because we brought in Noel V. Marte to play third, and he's really been the one hole in our lineup. Slightly below average defensively, not particularly good with the bat. Weatherholtz, only hitting 228, but he's given us a 350 on base percentage out of the leadoff spot. I gotta think that the average will climb here at some point. Garcia has been playing primarily against lefties. He's doing okay. Maid, who he picked up right at the beginning of the season, has been fine as a backup middle infielder. Siani doing Siani things he's not hitting, but playing really, really good center field, and then the rest of the team is what it is. Brian Meyer, who is our big bat on the horizon, is hitting pretty well in high A ball. I'm probably going to leave him in high A ball until the end of July, and then give him a month in Double A. Carmen Appenzeller was our second round pick in 2025. He's pitching all right. He's still, the ratings are there. Some of the ratings have started to dip, but it looks like he's going to be okay. But we've got draft and deadline in this episode. So from a deadline perspective, I think third base and outfield is where we need the help. I don't know that there's anything. I haven't looked in almost a week, so bring back Brendan Donovan, but why? He's not really. He's been worse defensively than Marte, and while the bat has been better, hasn't been so much better that it's worth supplanting Marte, I guess. Isbell, he's hitting okay. He's been good defensively. So, there might be some options in here from a bat perspective. Jose Siri has been really good defensively. So, yeah, there might be some options. Maybe we could platoon someone like Siri with Siani. I don't know. Isbell's got the better bat of the bunch. But I think his contracts go next year too. No, it's just this year. I forgot what year we were in. All right, so let's go ahead and sim up to the draft. We won't do anything until the draft, so we'll just get through the draft, and then we'll think about making some changes. So Zerpe pitches for us today against Brandon Pfaadt. It's a 7-3 loss. And a 5-3 loss. Now Ben Joyce is eligible to come off the DL. Liberatori's been bad. I don't know that I can send him down. Yeah, I can't. Let's just do this for now. Let's send Joyce on a rehab assignment and see if we can take 1 out of 3 here against Arizona. Not a good start to the month of July. We do. We win 3-2. Good game for JJ. Triple, home run. Greavy only went through 110 pitches in 4 innings. Good thing our bullpen was fantastic. We got the Blue Jays. 5-4 loss. There's an 8-2 win, and we lose Ronzi Contreras. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing that we got Joyce back when we did. Joyce, make him a middle reliever and Showalter's a fly ball guy. Slayton. Let's make Slayton our other setup, man. So we went 8-2. 2 more hits for Weatherholtz. Tristan Cassius reaches base 3 times. Walker drives in a pair. Good start for Gonzalez. We try to take the series from Toronto with Zerpe on the mound. And we do. We went 8-7. Good game for Jordan Walker. It's nice to see Miguel Vargas have a nice game. I mean, he could be an important bat. I mean, that's really good. Those are good ratings against lefties. I mean, those are leadoff hitter numbers against lefties with that 70 I and 55 avoid K. In fact, do we have him batting against? Do we have him starting against lefties? We do. I think we're gonna do this. I think we do that. Let's move Vargas into the leadoff spot against lefties. Crochet, we got an off day. And then we got Atlanta. So we're a game and a half now behind Milwaukee. Crochet pitches. We win 6-1. Another good start by Garrett. Weatherholt and Wynn each have 2 hits. Wynn, Cassius, Tucker, all homer. 6 shutout for Garrett. McGreevy. 6-5 loss. Draft day, 7-3 loss. Yuck. All right, so not a great start to the month. What are we, like 4-7 or something? 4-5. Okay. All right, well, it's a start. We're a game and a half out of first. We're 4 or 5. We're about 6 games up in the wild card, give or take. But it's draft time, and we're picking. Where are we picking? 23rd. Red Sox went from 7-1. Ooh, the Angels dropped from 9th to 1st. That's brutal. All right. So Pat Mundell was the top pick in the draft out of UCLA. Ryan Jubik out of JMU. Oof. Holy heck. McSisk. Potential 85 power. He's already got 50 gap power, 50 home run power. All right, well, what do we get? We can get a closer in Hector Carrera. I don't want a closer. Matt Bodel. It's probably Bodel. David Corralejo. Good bat, can't really field. Number 5 overall player is still available. Well, according to OSA, wow, Chris Hoffman looks like a good bat. We got Manny Flores. Jay Schwartz. I mean, that's a good shortstop. I mean, it's going to be predicated on contact because he's an on-base percentage, or contact really, because his eye is not particularly good. So, David Goodell, Schulman, a lot of talent in this draft, and I'm leaning Hoffman. I mean, how could I not? He's 19 years old, already pretty well developed. The potential power and contact have dipped couple of times. That's the only thing that concerns me. I mean, we'll plug him in there, but Earl Nevels, how's he done? His potential, I'm confused as to what I'm seeing here. Looks like a lot of growth in 2026. Lost some of it in 2027. kind of like Neville's more, even though he's not as developed. See, Hoffman's been going the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, different players, slightly. Hoffman, potentially better gap power. And Neville's I kind of like more. The power and eye combination. I kind of like that more. Defensively, he's better as well. Yeah, I think Neville's, even though he's only 18, I think Neville's is the guy that we plug in there. What? Okay. Cool. All right. So I think Earl Neville's is the pick. Lefty. OSA likes him. He's better defensively. High baseball IQ, good power, good eye. I think Neville, I mean, there's a lot of talent in this draft, but I think Neville's is the guy we go after. Oof. Alex Fernandez. I didn't see him. My scouting on Neville's is high. My scouting on Fernandez is medium, but look at that. I think I changed my pick. I think we're going Alex Doc Fernandez. High baseball IQ. Passable defensively and left. Yep, Alex Fernandez. Let's see who's available with our next pick. I was hoping that one of those two guys would be there, but nope. We got Dan Drennan, who is, yeah, I mean, already 45 gap power, 45 eye, 50 batting eye. I'm going to put him in here, and we'll see what else is available. I mean, you guys know I like drafting the overagers. Scott Olison. Scouting is low on him. OSA doesn't like him as much. What does OSA think of Drennan? Yeah, I mean, we're right in line. He's not going to hit for a high average, but he's going to steal a ton of bases. He's going to hit a ton of home runs. What do we got for pitchers? I knew there were a couple of bullpen arms in there. I'm not ready to take a bullpen arm just yet. It's far too early for that. I don't know that I mean, some good pitchers. Brian Collier, he looks pretty good. Maybe we take him in the next round if he's still there. Let's go back to batters. Yeah, so Draft Central, I really like it. I really like the way Draft Central is set up, having kind of everything at the tip of your fingers, so to speak. But I still prefer, after now doing it for a while, I still prefer going into the sortable list and finding everything this way. work ethic on Ron Arnston. I think we're going to take the 23-year-old. Potential eye dipped a little bit. He's 23. Yeah, he's gonna get on. He's gonna get on base. He's gonna draw walks. He's gonna hit a ton of home runs. You just gotta hope that the batting average kind of hangs along with it. Let's just quickly go through it because there's a lot of highly rated players in here. Ian Wilkins, maybe. Yeah, OSA doesn't like him as much, but similar to Drennan. But Wilkins he's better. He's probably gonna hit for higher contact. Probably gonna hit for a higher average. Not gonna strike out as much. Gap power. I don't know. That power is hard to pass up. That power is hard to pass up. I feel like I'm reaching here a little bit, honestly, with Drennan, but I can't. I'm having a tough time passing up on it, to be completely honest. Having a difficult time passing up on it. Wilkins, high adaptability. OSA doesn't like him nearly as much. See, that's the difference. I think the difference here for me. Not that OSA is, good at this, but he's 23 years old already. Where is he on Draft Central? Is he even on the list? He's down here. We don't pick again. He's not going to be there when we pick again. He's just not going to be. Arnston, high work ethic. 80 contact, 80 avoid K, 70 gap power. Potential contact dip from an 85 to an 80. Yeah, see, he's been going the right. He's only 17. Yeah, I think I'm changing my mind. I think I'm going Ron Arnson. Again, he's not great defensively, but that's all stuff you can dev lab, I guess. Not going to hit for any power. Batting eye is passable. It's just passable. Gap power, avoid K. I mean, he's going to hit for a super high average. He's not going to strike out. He's going to hit for some extra base power. Potentially, right? Potentially. That's the key here. OSA thinks he's fine. He's got a high work ethic. Yeah, we're going to take Ron Arnston with our second pick and hope that one of those two outfielders is there with our next pick. Keep our fingers crossed and see what we see. I don't think we're going to get lucky. No, I think they're both gone. Where did we pick? Where is St. Louis? There's Arnson. Yeah, Drennan went to... Oh my gosh, he went to Colorado. Okay. Wilkins is still there, though. I think this gives us an opportunity to take Ian Wilkins. OSA doesn't like him as much as we do, but high adaptability, low financial ambition. I think we take Ian Wilkins and we just don't think about it. Let's go and see if any of those closers are still there, because if they are, I might want to take one of them. We got Andy Candela, sidearm guy. He's going to be better against righties than he is against lefties because he's a sidearm pitcher, but I think that's okay. Long Beach State. He was a starter for them. His nickname is Cow. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Kyle Highland. I mean, you can't pass up. think we got to go Highland, right? I mean, 6'5", 200 pounds, high loyalty, low financial ambition. Highland, I think is a good time for a lottery ticket that could turn into something greater. There's still a lot of offensive talent out here in the draft. Do we take another outfielder? I mean, we've gone outfielder, 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 right? Yeah, outfielder, outfielder, outfielder. Gregory would not be a bad pick. I think we're going to take a shot on Kyle Highland here in this round, in the 4th round. Need a first. I'm not going to draft a first baseman. Oh, there's Gregory. He's still there. Nemitz, 21 years old. Throws hard. He's a lefty. Potential movement dipped. What happened here? Potential stuff. Potential stuff. Looks like he added velo. Potential stuff. I think we take Gregory and then hope that Nemitz is there with the next pick. Or maybe Avery. Doesn't throw quite as hard, but he's got the personality traits. So let's take Gregory. Taking a lot of outfielders in this draft, but I think that's okay. All right, Nemitz is gone, so is the other guy. Cato Leary, high work ethic. I don't know if that control. He's only 21. He's not very developed for a 21-year-old, but does have the high work ethic. Let's just slide him down there for now. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we still have 70 overall players available tells me that we're going to take Tom Stone. Tells me that a lot of these players probably are not going to turn into whatever they're listing here. You're not going to have that many 70 and 75 overall type players hanging around, but maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky. Chris Malinowski, University of Hawaii. Yeah, we can take him. He looks pretty good. Pretty well developed already. Let's go back to pitchers. O'Leary's still there. I think we take O'Leary now. An underdeveloped 21-year-old, but throws hard, high work ethic. Yeah, that works. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'd love to find like a power sinker guy, like a guy who throws 95 to 98 as a ground ball pitcher. It's kind of dream scenario. John Sullivan, a 19-year-old, high work ethic, 4 potentially good pitches. That'll work. I mean, we still have 70 overall potential guys sitting here. John Crouch, Shore. See if Aiden Sweet is there with the next pick. Take another outfielder because why not? Aiden Sweet, excuse me, not Aiden. So we went heavy on on outfielders. 4 of our top 5 picks were outfielders. Yep, DeJesus. I mean, you never know what you're going to get with catchers, but a high work ethic catcher with good frame rate and potentially a good bat. Yeah, this has been a pretty crazy draft. I can't imagine that a lot of these players are going to turn into what they're showing, but I guess that's the. Yeah, look at this. Oof. Yep, Matthew Buckles. McGarvey's an extreme fly ball guy. Let's take him. Ooh, look at all these pitchers, man. Let's take Buckles. McGarvey's still there. He is. We'll take him now. Like the control. Sure. Maybe we get lucky with some of these guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, power pitcher, good stamina, 5 potential plus pitches. I mean, he's already pretty well developed. That control needs to improve, but what pick are we on? 60. Yeah, this has been a crazy draft. Low work ethic. Oh, that's a terrible personality, man. Oof. Greg Lloyd. Sure. He's already 23, so probably doesn't develop that control, but we'll see. Jonathan Olivo. He's fragile, but high work ethic will take him. 3 more picks. Houston Tomlinson, we can take him. Then we'll use the last 2 picks on defensive players. Batters, outfield range. Got a catcher here, that's interesting. Zach Gamez, yeah, we can take him. Maybe turn him into an outfielder. Dennis Maitland is terrible. Herbert's got the high work ethic, but let's take Chad Skura with our 20th pick. All right, well that's a draft, man, and got to be optimistic. Got to be optimistic, and we're spending a lot of money on the draft. We've got plenty of money, so we'll throw the money at all of our players here. Let me know how you think I did. I'm pleased. I think I mean, who really knows? They're all a lot of them are young. For all of them. So yeah, our top pick, Alex Fernandez, looks like an absolute monster if he actually ends up like this. Our second pick, Arnston, a contact guy, but hopefully with enough power and batting eye to make it play. In Wilkins, further develop. He probably starts an A-ball. But that power could be fun. Highland was our first pitcher, 18-year-old out of South Pekin, 3 plus pitches, a changeup that likely never develops, but potentially good stuff. I mean, he's going the wrong direction, which isn't great, but he did spike in February, so I'm hoping maybe this is the blip and this is real. So we'll see how that goes. Then Gregory, just an all-around good outfielder, can play center field. Tom Stone, our first catcher we took, good blocking, good framing. And then John Sullivan was the only other guy who wanted money, but 9th round pick looks pretty good. So that's how things went for our draft. Let me know how you think we did. And yeah, so we are now looking for an upgrade at potentially third base and center field. We'll sim ahead a couple of days here and see how it goes. Gonzalez against Woodruff. It's a 7-0 win behind Tony Gonzalez. Bernal 2 hits. Looks like he homered twice. Win homers. 8 shutout for Tony. I'll get through the Washington series, and then we'll start looking at some potential trades. Zerpe against Sale. We lose 7-3. We beat Washington 4-3 behind Garrett Crochet. Crochet doesn't get the decision, but Weatherholtz, a double and 2 hits. Goes 6 1/3. Joyce blows the save, gets the win. I guess he didn't blow the save because it was 3-1 when he came into the game. So he gets the win. One more game against Washington. McGreevy, 7-6 win in 14 innings. So Vargas led off, and that's what we like to see out of our leadoff man, getting on base 4 times. 3 via the walk. Good game for Kevin Made. Wow, 4 hits. 2 hits for Noel Marte. Made homers in the 14th. McGreevy was great. Was it 0-0? It was 0-0 through 9. They scored a run in the 10th. We scored a run in the 10th. They scored 3 in the 12th. We scored 3 in the 12th. They scored 2 in the 14th. We scored 3 in the 14th. Bullpen wasn't great, but it was better than theirs, and that's all that matters. All right. So trade block. I don't think we have. What do we have for money? I don't think we have a lot of cash, do we? We got plenty of cash for this year, but nothing for next year, and that's going to bring up some interesting decisions, I think. Yeah, I'll deal with that. I'm not worried about that right now. We have money for this year. That is what is important right now. We're looking for a center fielder and or a third baseman. Right off the bat, you get Buxton, but he's probably a 10-5 guy. Yeah. Other center field options aren't terrific. We already talked about Isbell, and Siri. Siri's not really hitting. Isbell's hitting better than Siri is, but you bring in a lefty for Ciani, and what is that? If I would like to bring in either somebody who is significantly better than Ciani against both lefties and righties, or bring in a righty who can bat against lefties so that we don't have to play Ciani against left-handed pitching. That's kind of the thought process. Third base, you got Willie Castro. Is he playing third base? He is for Houston. He's been okay at third. He's been above average at third. Alec Baum. Got him at first this year. Yeah, as usual, there's not a ton on the trade block that would interest me. What about from an upcoming free agent standpoint? Luis Garcia, but he is a second baseman, not a third baseman. Castro, yeah, there's not much there. Problem is, you bring in someone like, you bring in someone like Pena, who's got the defensive ratings potentially to play third, maybe not the arm, but just to use him as an example. You bring him in, stick him at third, it's going to take him a month to get used to it, and he's going to be terrible in the meantime. Gavin Lux. Meh. All right, so let's do it this way. Let's go here, and then let's look up center field, I guess. Get rid of free agents and get rid of the international complex. Let's go to customize and add in outfield range and error. I don't really care about the arm. Who's got the best outfield range? Doyle's an interesting option. He's getting paid pretty well. Maybe Doyle. Colorado would trade Brenton Doyle. Not for either of those two guys. Looks like a lot of our players have already accepted. You guys know I get sidetracked, so I'm getting sidetracked super easy already. Gregory, we are going to remove him from the draft league. I guess we'll start him in rookie ball. Wilkins, we will remove from the draft league. We will disable. We will start him in A ball. Leary. And, all right. So, Salas, Proctor with more efforts. Okay, so that, I mean, Baez is going to be in our lineup next year against lefties. He has to be with that power. So I don't know that I can trade him yet. You want Brunelli Franco? Showalter, no. Yeah, I'm not certainly not trading any of those players. I mean, what if I add Ciani in there just to give you a center fielder back? Okay. Ooh. It is hard to say yes to this prospect's, humping for lack of a better term. I mean, both of these guys look like they could be okay, but they're both 25 already. They don't really need starting pitching. Brenton Doyle. What do his stats look like away from Colorado? He's actually hitting better away from Colorado. And frankly, he's a better defensive player than Siri is, or than Ciani is. And he's signed to a reasonable contract, 368, 13, 13. All right, so can I get this done without giving up any of these players? Let's find another player that they might be interested in. Because, I mean, if we're going to give up Doyle, I don't really care about giving up Ciani. Franco, he might develop, but he's 20. And Josh Proctor, I hate the personality, so I'm fine with that. All right, let's find somebody that they might be interested in. Ethan Moore looks like an okay player. Doesn't change his response, though. What about Kettleson? Doesn't change it either. And I had somebody tell me in Discord actually, that they like when I kind of go through the trade scenario like this. So, yeah, if some of you hate it, I apologize. If some of you like it, it's great. We'll keep doing it. But yeah, Savacool's 25. Do I care about Jason Savacool? What gives me pause is that everything has been going up. But I do have to put him on the 40-man this year. Doesn't change it either. Jairo Padilla, not quite ready to give up on him yet. Okay, we've added some names. Christian Martin. I think I'm okay with this. Lee's good defensively. He's got to get called up. He doesn't belong in high A ball. Let's call him up to double A. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Disable the AI promotion. And I think we give up Martin here. Ooh, we got all sorts of names. Nobody I want to give up. I think we give up Martin. So we're going to send a 5-for-1. We're going to send Josh Proctor, who's probably the best prospect in the bunch, along with Brunelli Franco, a 20-year-old. Michael Ciani, who is, he's arbitration eligible. It's going to be 4.2. And then a couple of minor leaguers, Bryson Motts, a 25-year-old, and Christian Martin, a 24-year-old. And in return, we're going to get Brenton Doyle. We'll see how big of a difference that makes defensively. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference defensively, honestly. But I think it will make a difference offensively. We can actually take Garcia out of center field now, because he probably doesn't belong there. Yeah. Let's see what this wants to do. All right. Yeah. So I think next year Garcia gets replaced by Baez. But all right, so we've made our center field upgrade here, bringing in Brenton Doyle, and we'll actually bat him 7th against lefties. Let's sim up through the All-Star game, and then we'll see what we can do about improving third base. So we win 7-3 in the first game with Doyle, and he goes 4-for-4 with a home run. That'll play, as they say. Kyle Tucker 2-for-4, 3 RBI. Matthews gets the win. Gonzalez today, another win, 10-1. Doyle's having himself a good start to his Cardinal career, 6 for his first 8. Cassius, he's up to 280 with 20 home runs. It's going to start to get expensive if he keeps playing like this. But that's okay. That's okay, because we've only got Tucker on the... Tucker's been great. I say only like it's a good thing, but... he's only on the books for this year and next. Gonzalez goes the distance. Doyle has got a bunch of speed, so we need to be doing this and letting him run. We'll play the game against San Francisco, then we'll see who made the All-Star team. Zherpe pitches today. We lose, I was about to say 7-8, but that's a poor way of doing it. He lost 8-7. All-Star games. You can see the American League here. Friend of the channel, Matt Brash, makes the All-Star team. National League, Gonzalez is the starter. Quinn Matthews makes it. So we have 2 starters. Bernal makes it. And Kyle Tucker. So we have 4 All-Stars. Okay. I'll take 4 All-Stars. 3 pitchers and a catcher. I guess that makes sense. I get Tucker probably should have made it too. But no, he did make it, right? Yeah, he did make it. Tucker made it. Bernal made it. Yeah, so we had 2 pitchers and 2 batters. So Gonzalez, Matthews, Bernal, and Tucker made the All-Star team. So before we play this game against Miami, we will pause and see about finding third baseman. All right, so now. Marte, the average is starting to tick up, but again, he's gotten better every month, but he's still below average defensively. Maybe looking for a stopgap. It is just a stopgap, right? We don't need somebody long-term like Doyle because in theory, we've got Brian Meyer, who is, I mean, he's already gotten better. I think now is the time to call him to Double A. Yeah, I mean, Meyer's probably up um, at worst by 2029. He may even be up with the team next year. So let's see what is available for third baseman. Batting ratings, customize, fielding ratings. Let's get rid of this and this. Let's look at error, range, error, and arm. Who's got the best arm? It's going to be De La Cruz, right? Yeah, of course it's going to be De La Cruz. Brannigan has been good at third. There's a Rule 5 pick. That looks passable. It's been cold lately. Let's get rid of free agents. I don't need to see 18-year-olds. I'd say Brian Hayes if he wasn't signed to a ridiculous contract. I don't mind the idea of Brannigan. What does Arizona want for him? More than I'm willing to give up. They see the value in a young Jack Brannigan. Encarnacion Strand. He's not a third baseman, though. Try to get Arias. Signed to a long-term contract. I'm not interested in that. Beatty. He's out for 5 months. What about a young Brady House from the Nationals? Yeah. Okay. Wasn't sure with it being 50 overall what that value was going to look like, but they value him. All right. I don't know that there's an option. I mean, there are options. I don't know if there are options I want to pay for. I guess I should specify, right? Yeah, nothing that really blows my mind here. That is realistic. Like, I mean, love to get me some Cold Keith, but Detroit's not going to trade him to me. Brannigan is really that option, but again, I don't know that. Yeah, I mean, adding in it's not going to be worth it. So we're gonna make the deal we made with Doyle, and I think that's going to be it. And we'll ride it out. We'll ride it out here, and just sort of deal with it. And if we're below average at third, it is what it is. But defensively, we're one of the best teams in the National League. So having one player that's below average isn't going to kill us. Let's keep going. We got Miami coming up. I do want to reset the rotation now that we've had a few days off here. Do that and get Crochet into that number 2 spot. Yuri Perez against Gonzalez. Ooh, we lose 7-2. That was unexpected. Just 2 in a row out of the break. And Quinn Matthews comes back and lifts us up. Mason Wynn hit a grand slam. He sure did. Doyle is hitting .455 in his time with us. Good start there. 3 games out of first, 6.5 up in the wild card, but still plenty of time left to go. How's Philadelphia this year? They're behind us, so we need like to see 2 out of 3 here. We win the first one 1-0 in 10. McGreevy went 9 innings. We scored a run in the 10th. Henkes comes on, gets the save. That's a great start. Wow. Only RBI was by Johnstonson Garcia. Who is this? Koyo Aoyagi? Anyway. Jerpy pitches today. We 7-6. All right, now we got Gonzalez on the mound. He wins 2-1. So the offense has been grindy here a little bit. Haven't scored a lot of runs lately, but it's been enough. How are we in the month? Got to be right at 500, right? We're 12-10. Okay, we're a little above 500. I'll take that. Baltimore to finish. We'll take one more look at the block, but I'm not expecting much to have changed. Crochet today. 8-1 win. Tucker 3 hits, got that average back up over 200. 2 hits for Paredes, 2 hits for Walker. 2 hits for Wynn. Weatherholt gets on base twice. Paredes and Tucker homer. Crochet 6 1/3. Let's just quickly, I'm not going to do the actual deadline mini game, so to speak. I'll just check the block itself. We don't need any pitching. Willie Castro's not a terrible pick. He's hitting okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine just rolling with Marte, given what is. Oh my God! Look what Myers doing to AA in his short time here. Oh, he's gonna be so good. He's gonna be so good. Just need the power to catch up. All right, last game of the episode. We're 4 games out of first. We're 7 up in the wild card. First in home runs. All right, so we win the final game of July 7-3. Paredes and Tucker both homer. Matthews is turn. I'm glad I didn't trade him last year, man. There were times where I thought about it. That control was at 45 and he was at like 50, 45. I was like, meh. Glad I didn't pull that trigger, man. All right. Player development. Vargas gets a little worse. The eye drops, but still the eye drops. Still good against lefties, so he'll continue to bat leadoff for us there. Garcia gets a little worse. Myers' potential drop from a 75 to a 70, but I don't care about that necessarily. Braden Davis and high A ball. Yeah, he needs to be called up. Double A. Didn't want to add him to that, but we will disable his AI just because of that growth. Added some velocity to his fastball. We're going to potentially have a really nice pipeline of pitching. Rainiel Rodriguez is our catcher. He's 20 years old. I'm going to let him finish the season in A-ball as a 20-year-old. Jesus Garcia gets better. He's in rookie ball. Let's call him up to A-ball as well. Donis Guzman, that's nice to see. Call him up to A-ball. Not the best in terms of framing. I mean, it's above average, but the other stuff on him is what we're looking at. Ethan Moore gets better. Cedric Braden gets better. This is nice because this felt like a bust, and he might still be, but Gregory gets a little worse out of the chute, but he is hitting in rookie ball so far, so let's go ahead and bump him to A-ball, and let's look at our team stats, and then we'll call it an episode. What am I looking at here? That's not where I wanted to go. We're 64-41 at the end of July. Gonzalez, Matthews, Crochet, McGreevy, our top 4 starters are getting the job done. Jerpy as our number 5 has been fine. Henkes, again, as our closer, has had a really nice season for us. Might need to shift things around here, though. Slayton and Foucher as our setup men haven't been terrific. Yeah, but I mean, our pitching staff's been fine. Absolutely no complaints there. Yoho is a Rule 5 guy. He's continuing to develop, but because of the ground ball nature of him, I am not ready to give up on him. So And then offensively, Kyle Tucker already at 5 WAR, 26 home runs, 11 steals. Mason Wynn. Yeah, I mean, offensively, he's having a similar season to last year. It looks like he's going to steal almost as many bases. He's not a number 2 hitter. I'd love to get him out of that number 2 hole. So, maybe if we have a right-handed bat that we can plug in there next year, that's kind of what I'm looking for. He's not really a number 2 hitter. I'd prefer him to be at the bottom of the lineup, but for now, it will do. Brenton Doyle has been with us for 11 games. Good start there. Has a home run, 3 RBI, and doing what he needs to do in center field. Jordan Walker continues to swing a good bat. Leonardo Bernal. I mean, take an 819 OPS out of your catcher, right? I mean, he is on pace for 26 home runs as a 23-year-old. Cassius, second on the team in OPS. Yeah, I mean, he's going to start to get expensive, but that's okay. Weatherholt, again, only 233, but a 350 on base percentage. So we're getting what we need out of him. Paredes, we might look to move in the offseason, free up a little bit of money because it jumps to $14 million next year, but we'll cross that bridge. Made has been exactly what you need out of a backup middle infielder. He's hitting really well and playing really well at short. Vargas, 343 on base percentage. It's fine. Garcia's been all right. Crooks is our backup catcher, has been all right. And Marte has not been great. I mean, he's hanging right around average with the bat. So, yeah, all in all, a good start, good half of the season here. We make one trade at the deadline, picking up a Brenton Doyle to shore up our offense in center field. Give us a little bit more pop and honestly improve the defense. He's actually better than Ciani defensively. So let me know how you think the draft and the deadline went. I'm pleased with our draft, assuming the players can develop. Fernandez, 9 for his first 28. That'll play. Arnson was our second round pick. He's 10 for his first 34. Need to get a scouting report on some of these guys, though. Scouting reports. Let's disable that. Disable this. Highland was our 4th round pick. Good start to his pro career as well. Stone. Good start to his pro career. Then we had Wilkins and Gregory. Wilkins, yep, that'll work. Good start to his career in A-ball. It's not what I wanted to do. I offered him a minor league extension, so that's cool. And Gregory, we will request scouting report. So yeah, we'll see how things go. So I am going to now sim up until hopefully just the end of the season. If we stay 7 games up in the wild card here, then I don't need to come back, and the next episode will be the off season. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.